Usman Garuba. I know, it was really rough watching him. Like, I was so high on Garuba coming into the NBA. Like, I thought he was going to be a guarantee successful NBA player. But it's been a little bit rough, and I understand that maybe he's not going to have that ceiling as I thought he might. Honestly, thought he could be, like, the passing defensive version, like not defensive version, almost as good defensively as Serge Ibaka when he came to the league with passing ability, and that just did not happen. But Usman Garuba is a guy who's played a huge part in the Spanish run. Okay, so basically through about 5 games, he's played for Spain in the Europe basket, and he's actually shot 69% on two-pointers in 16 minutes, averaging 4.5 points, 66.7% from the free throw line. He's out there grabbing, I believe he was dishing out like 1.5 assists, getting about a steal a game, about half a block, 2 personal fouls a game, and he was rebounding 5 rebounds a game. So 5 points, 5 rebounds, 1.5 assists, a little bit under a steal. And it's nothing insane what he was doing, okay? But Usman Garuba is a guy that I think has skill, has the capability to be an NBA player. And he's a guy who only played 24 NBA games last year. And I want to talk about something. In his last 9 games, so in his first 15 games of the NBA season, he played 7 minutes a night. Legit was shit. And I know in the 9 games post All-Star break, he still didn't set the world on fire. But he played 15 minutes a night. He was out there taking, 2 or 3 field goals a night, shooting at 55%, taking a little under a 3 a game at 43%, making them, shooting about half a free throw a game at 80%, which is like basically every other game he shot a free throw and a 3. But he was grabbing, he was scoring about 3.5 points a game, 5.5 rebounds, an assist, about a half a block and half a steal a game in just 14 minutes. So I think it's definitely Usman Garuba. I know Kiri played 15 minutes, and then for Spain he played like 16. Nothing insane. And I've always been a big fan of Garuba, and I'll admit that I was maybe a little bit high on him because he's 6'8" with a 7'2" wingspan. I loved it. I loved it. I loved it. I loved it. And for me, when you saw Usman Garuba, he was a guy that I know he didn't really pass in Spain, but in Spain he was never really a scorer. Okay, he was a guy who averaged like 5'5", and I think for him, he's definitely a guy that I was high. Garuba, for me, coming into the draft, was one of the most complete defensive players. And obviously, he didn't have the upside that Evan Mobley or Şengün had, but he has the possibility of being one of the best defenders in his class. And I thought he was going to make a genuine impact in the NBA from day one. Obviously, that didn't happen. But he still has the possibility of making an all-defensive team in the future. He can guard, 3 through 5. And he needs to get better offensively, take advantage of those skills. If he's not good enough offensively, he won't be able to get on the court enough to make that all-defensive team and be anything more than a good role player. But if you can get that corner three-pointer down, the way he processes the game quickly on the floor, he's the kind of guy that closes on a contending team. And that's why I thought he was a top 15 talent. If I had to be honest myself, I thought Usman Garuba was a top 15 talent in this draft. And I know a lot of people were probably just thinking, like, you're an idiot if you thought that, man. Maybe I am. Maybe I am. I had faith. I'm sorry. Okay? So. But, yeah, Usman Garuba. I just also like Alperen Şengün right there. Jeremy. I almost said Jeremy. I don't even know who I was going to say, but Alperen Şengün, Jabari Smith. That's like the second time I did this today. But Jalen Green, Kevin Porter, Usman Garuba, Şengün, Jabari, Jalen, and Kevin Porter would be such a fucking lineup, dude. Such a lineup. I like that. I just also think it just kind of sucks that, like, people are already writing him off 1 year. And this is a cat that, like, barely played any, like, NBA minutes last year. Like, how are we writing off a guy who, like, basically did not play? And for me, I think that's why, like, I remember when we were talking about this, like, I was just, me and Jackson on my NBA show, link in the description. By the way, we're almost at 10,000. You guys should hit that subscribe button to get us at 10,000 subscribers. It'd be duly appreciated. But yes, I don't know why I made my voice like that. But yeah, no, I think it's definitely something keep an eye out for. But yeah, hope you guys do have a great day. I want to hear your thoughts down below. Do you think Alperen Şengün will be the reason why Usman Garuba doesn't become the man that we think he can be? Or do you think Usman Garuba just had a rough rookie season and he'll figure it out? And plus, playing Eurobasket this past season, in my opinion, should, you know, help him out a lot more than people would think. Just, he played with a few of his teammates that aren't in the NBA, so I don't know. I just feel like that was a good move on his part, and like, yeah. So let me hear your thoughts down below. What would you guys like to see from Usman Garuba? But yeah, it's definitely an interesting situation with him at the very least. But peace out.